Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Inside Line Racing for round 3 of the ILR2 season here at Bahrain. It's ILR2, and we've got the return of a very popular person, Andrew Commentator Owen Wyatt, with me for 2 races only, Paul McGuinness.
Hello everyone, hello. Yeah, glad to be back. Thank you for inviting me. We should be in for a great race this evening, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Now, I must warn you, I've had issues with the streaming earlier on, so I don't know if this is actually live yet, but we'll find out, I'm sure, soon. But yeah, if it isn't, then I'll just reset it. But now we've got viewers, so we're live. Yay! But yes, I wasn't here last week, so I've got absolutely no idea what's going on, but all we do know is that this field is going to be very close. We've got 19 drivers here today, so should be good. And I know you know a few people here, but I don't think you're going to quite know the pace of everyone. Oh, David, we lost Joachim already. That's not good. That doesn't normally happen. But breaking record time there for retirement, sadly. But yeah, there are a few very, very fast people here. I think Paco's probably one of the quickest here, but as we saw in Australia, the gaps were genuinely like thousands of a second between drivers. It was crazy how close it was.
Jeez. On the subject of championship standings, I've actually got the list here, so I'll just do a quick rundown. We've got the gamer Paco, who leads the championship with 27 points, with Matt Tibos in second with 25, and rounding out the top 3 at the moment is TG Ollie with 21. So yeah, and it's pretty close. So
we're seeing some laps starting now. Obviously these guys are all on the mediums, so these times are they're irrelevant. I'm just going to say it tonight. They're completely and totally irrelevant. Obviously me and Paul, we both did ILR5 during the week, and I guess we both sort of worked out that we were bad, but apart from that as well, I think softs to mediums, was that the strategy that worked?
Yes, I actually started on the medium tires. I think it was the mediums. I think I started on, yeah, obviously it was the soft spot. Yeah, you won't see we shouldn't really see these guys on supers, but we've got the likes of Lenny Spaghetti Chips. Again, that's not really a fast lap time at the moment, so yeah, it's just a banker lap, I guess.
Yeah. So 13 minutes left. As I said, these are all going to be sort of the first runs. The issue with this game is that you only sort of get one set of the softs, so you have to sort of wait to the very end, which means basically every lap before it is totally and completely pointless and just a waste of time. But yeah, sometimes we see good laps in here and mistakes as well, because Paco's now retired and he was one of the favourites for pole, so that could potentially just ruin everything for him. He'll be starting behind Joachim as well. Even though Joachim retired first, you can see that Paco's behind, so he'll almost certainly start last. I'm watching Alice Killer now, which would confirm that, because if he finishes his lap then he'll instantly go ahead, of course, and Paco's now left as well. So looks like he's just jacked it in and given up, which is a bit awkward there. Hopefully he doesn't just leave, because it'd be a shame to see his good pace just go to waste. But he's out, and Ray's quitting. Now we're seeing quite a bit of traffic there actually as well. It's difficult to find space. See, there's 2 Haas getting out of the way of Alice Killer there, and they're all being very good with not killing each other, which is good. For the sake of safety and all that jazz. And appears some people are just completely ignoring the speed limit in the pit lane, which is useful. But yeah, Matt Tibos goes fastest in his Ferrari, so I guess you'd expect the pole time to be somewhere deep into the 26s. Much slower than me anyway. They're quicker than me on mediums. They're like a good half second quicker than my quality time.
Doesn't take much though, does it? Owen? Doesn't take much. Come on,
nah, not these days. Nah, quality's not my strength, is it?
Definitely not, no. But anyway, you're right though. We're expecting times probably in the mid 26s once these guys really get going. But yeah, at the moment Matt Tibos leads with about 2/10 of a gap to Alex Mayer in second.
Neo.
Yeah. Just to say that Neo pops into the 27-1 just to shut me up.
Now, as I said before, me and Soup have mentioned that the fact that Neo is even in this tier just shows how close this tier is to ILR1. We see plenty of the former ILR1 drivers here in tier 2. It just shows how close we are and how fast ILR1 is, in all honesty. I mean, we've still got Jake in here as well, of course, who was runner-up, really should have went up, but once again was deemed not fast enough. And we've got former ILR2 champion Tom, currently P9. And yeah, it is just incredible how close these guys get. You'll see later on, even on the medias, we're seeing very close gaps starting to form already. I mean, Alice Killer down to Jake there in 7th already, showing just how close these guys will get. But yeah, it's like I say, once again, pointless runs. It's a shame qualifying so long, isn't it? And the tyres don't work on this game, and basically everything else is wrong with it. It means you don't get any good times to the end. But I tell you, you've got a good treat waiting for you in the race, so do stick around because it's going to get pretty mental, I imagine. Nice, spaghetti chips is out there in chat. I think Lenny said to me before that I was apparently his lucky charm. I wasn't here last week and it was a total disaster. He was crying for me in the DMs to come back, so I did heed his call. And yeah, he'll still be terrible because I did curse him this season. I've said it to him many times before. I will curse him. So, yeah. Weird that. I think I may have given the Wisely curse. But anyway, he's preparing for a lap now. We've got Jake in the pits preparing a set of softs. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going out yet, of course, but it does mean he's... Yeah, next run will be the big run. And yeah, like I say, 27.1. They could even shave like a second off that, to be honest, when they get to the fastest laps. So we'll really get to see just how good these guys are. I'm going to get the ILR1 pool time up just to sort of give you a reference as to where these guys are going to be, because genuinely, as I said, they are relatively close on pace. And yeah, be very impressive to see what they do.
Yeah, it's, when I was racing, you'll know yourself, in ILR5, the initial banker laps were on the mediums, so as you say, these guys probably will sit in the pits for a while and prepare a set of softs just to see, you know, if they need to go out again. But I'm on board just now with spaghetti chips. I think he's on a lap at the moment. Let's bring up some of the trainings. Obviously you guys won't see what I'm seeing, but hopefully Owen is on board as he locks up into turn 10 and on the back straight here. The DRS open. It's a pretty decent lap from Lenny so far.
He's certainly pushing the track limits, isn't he? He's going for the wide entries, something that I've tried and failed at many times, but if you get it right, you'll certainly gain plenty of time. Turn 12, this is basically the corner where you can't go above 7 ballast because you will just spin. Even if you don't touch the curb, you'll spin. If you do touch the curb, you're dead. We saw, I think, 5 or 6 drivers in ILR7 alone just cream into the wall. It was crazy, including the championship leader as well, so everyone was able to make mistakes there. But Lenny finishing his lap, once again not going to be the fastest time in the world, but it is P12 at the moment. And just for reference, ILR1's pool time, I believe, was a 26.1, which is or sorry, no, 26 dead. I apologise, but yeah, 26 dead. So we'll see if anyone beats that. If they're going to gain a second, then Onyx is certainly going to give a good indication. Now that's on 5-lap old medium, so the medians could probably go a lot quicker than that. So yeah, we're definitely going to be into the 26s. And already we're seeing how close these gaps are. Just 7/10 separating the top 14. So it really shows even the tiniest error in the lap could generally cost you so many places here. And we're getting people ready now to go on to their laps. You see Neo leaving his pit garage now, so we'll follow him out. And he's going rather early, isn't he? You'd want to be really crossing the line at the very last minute, but no, he's going to go early.
Yeah, you know, that's a bit strange. Normally you'd want to, you guys, you say, until the last couple of minutes. You know, I'm not sure how much track evolution works on this game, but normally you do get the best times towards the end. So whether he's going to plan on doing a couple of runs, you wouldn't have thought so, but yeah, we'll see what he can do as he's just leaving the pits.
Well, 2 laps could potentially work. I guess we'll have to just wait and see though. But yeah, he is out on track. He's I think the only one out on track on an out lap anyway, so the rest are just probably on in laps, judging by their tyre age. So yeah, we'll just follow Neo around. We can probably ride on both of that as well, because we'll get a good indication just sort of what he's doing on the ERS. I find it always very interesting to see how they just sit in hot lap the whole time, or you know, switch about from overtake to medium, etc. What I did in ILR5 anyway, I don't know about you, Paul, but I was mostly, I think, in the first and the third sector just sitting on overtake, and then the rest of it was just medium. and it just about had enough on the bar, but I don't know what these guys do.
Yeah, no, I just about ran out. I tried to do that, but I think I just ran out in the final straight. But yeah, it's crucial to get your ERS management correctly, especially with the kind of long straights here. But just look at the gap between the top three at the moment, 68 thousandths of a second. That's crazy, Owen. This reminds me of the old ILR2 days when you and I were there. Where there was literally like half a second covering the whole field. So yeah, I think ILR Team is about to start his lap, so we'll see what he can do on this lap.
So, as I was saying before, he is going to be on overtaker. So just keep an eye on what he's doing here, but shift down into second for turn 1. Some people go down to 1, as Neo has done. I guess gives you better traction, better acceleration. But it's all seemingly going okay at the hill now, to the end of sector 1. Some people try to go right onto the curb. He hasn't done that. It doesn't give him the wider entry, you see, if he doesn't go on the curb. And yeah, down to medium through here. He's over revving on the 5th gear. No point going into the 6th because it can just lead to lots of low grip through there and just way too much gear changing. But it seems relatively clean so far. He's certainly keeping it within the lines anyway, and he's not extending or cutting any corners, which means he will just keep the lap. We see a lot of extensions here. I think I did it a few times in ILR5 on the mediums anyway myself, so yeah, it is difficult to keep it right. Now he's going for the TT line through here. We saw Lenny do that as well. Means you hit an earlier apex, but you still get around the corner a little bit quicker. And turn 12, you cannot get anywhere near that inside curb. You will spin, and there's nothing you can do about it. And now, just 2 straights to go. Now, it actually is 2 corners, this last one, although it does look like 1. I promise it is 2. This is 1 here, and that little kink there is the second one. But finally, onto the main straight. Should be in the 26s, and it is a 26.5. So that's not really going to be quick enough for pole, and especially with 3 minutes to go. I wonder if he's just going to back off now and prepare for a second lap. Although he is still pushing like he's on a second fire just straight away, so we'll keep following him because he is still pushing, I think. Just waiting for him to back off, but he just doesn't seem to me, does he? Looks to me like he's still going. Yeah, he's up by 2.5 tenths already on this first sector, so he's certainly going to keep on going. We'll see if he tries anything different here, but yeah, we suspected he'd do more than 1 lap. I thought he'd maybe do a cooldown and another flyer, but no. He's certainly just going to go flying again. Look at, he's low on fuel now, so this will be his last attempt. So he must have just sat on max the whole time. So that's an interesting tactic. We'll see if it works out for him. It's certainly working out so far. He's up, as I said, by 2.5 tenths already, and through sector 2 now. Don't know if it really gives us representative times anymore. 4 tenths up now. He's looking very competitive this time round, I have to say. Remember, ILR won 26 dead, and I'm sure everyone in the garage will be watching this as well because there's still quite a few of them waiting to go out. But here we go, Neo to the line. He's just about gone up ERS, and that is a 26.2, and that's much more competitive. I think that could well be one of the better times. We'll see, but we'll have to wait and find out. Everyone else is coming out onto track now.
Indeed, I think Matt Tibos is about to start his lap on.
Yep,
so we'll see what Matt can do. A lot of traffic coming out of the pits. Hopefully that won't compromise him too much. But yeah, it looks as if he's nailed someone on the run up now into the top. It's very difficult to get this perfect. You don't want to run too wide, but he's done that pretty well. A couple of yellow flags ahead. Yep. He's out of the way there.
McLaren, yeah, moving out of the way. I was just about to say, if he caught traffic through here, that would have been a total disaster. I'm sure someone will eventually, though. It's just the way people end up catching each other, but hopefully these guys all have good awareness to stay out of the way, as we see now a slow Mercedes up ahead and moving up the track. So yeah, Matt Tibos, an eventful lap with all the cars he has to pass, but luckily hasn't been compromised. Of course, there's still another 16 cars out on track with him, so hopefully they all get there. And as you can see, they are all on the soft compound tyre, so no one's going to go for a glory pole or anything like that. And just saying, Jake did actually set a lap time there. He's 6 tenths off the pace. I just wonder if he's going to try the same method as his teammate did. You can see, I think that's him in the background. So we'll follow him afterwards. Matt Tibos is not, I think, setting his representative time now. He hasn't used that much ERS look, so they look to all be trying the 2-lap concept. This is very interesting. I didn't really think this would happen. Look, now Jake has improved his time, and I think that could be him done. He's out of ERS, he's done his 2 laps, and that'll be him done. So he will just pull off the track now and get out of everyone's way. But yeah, Fun Aid is not going to do the 2-lap method. He is retiring now. I wish I knew about this before, Paul. This looks to actually be a rather quick method, doesn't it?
Yeah, I never even gave this a thought, but yeah, I wish I'd have tried this on Thursday. Seems to be working for these guys.
It really is looking pretty good. I'm following Tom right now. He's behind a Haas, but he's got a very nice run off him on the straights anyway. And I imagine Onyx, he won't be really passing Onyx anytime soon. They're both on flyers, but surely Tom's going to get a huge amount of slipstream here. And time is up now. Qualifying's over, so everyone who crosses the line, that'll be then done. So we'll have to wait and see what they all do. But yeah, at the moment, Neo on pole, 26-2. We've got 1.5 seconds separating the whole field. But I'm sure we will see that close in as people finish their final laps. Dutch Tricks there has gone up to P4, 4 tenths off the pace. And Tom's only slightly up on his lap actually, so he may not even move up any places. Somehow in all this he's going to stay where he is. Flexits has just gone P2. Now he was very close there to pole position, only 3/100ths of a second separate the top 3. It's just extraordinary how close these guys get. Here comes Tom to the line, P6 he goes. Here's Will coming up to the line. Onyx by the way went P5 as well. And Will, pole position.
Ooh.
Very good lap there from him.
Yeah.
And Donkey Dan, let's see what he does. P15. Ollie, he's retired. And look at that. Half a tenth separates the top 4. And it's Will, of all people, who's on pole position. He was saying in the ILR2 chat he was doing some practice on the pad. I wonder if that's helped him a little bit. But yeah, what a great time that was. I didn't think anyone was going to beat Neo there in the end, but Will has certainly come out there clutch and he's taken pole position. And just look how close this field is. This is just crazy. 1.1 seconds between everyone who set a lap time there. And I mean, look at that, 6 tenths from 1st to 14th. That's unbelievable. But yeah, that is the grid set then. Will is on pole. We'll go through the grid a little bit more closely when they're on their formation lap because they've only got 7 seconds. I can't talk that quickly. But yeah, brilliant qualifying once again. And that gives us a little taste of how close the race will be, hopefully, as well. Because if they can stay that close, then we're going to be in for a thrilling race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's insane. Half a tenth covering the top 4. I mean, wow. That's just crazy. That's crazy. But as you say, hopefully we'll have just as close a fight in the race. And you guys stay tuned because this one could be a thriller.
Obviously, this is Bahrain, of course, a track which is very good for overtaking, even in real F1 where we never see overtaking ever. But yeah, we got 2 DRS zones here. It's not like real F1 where there's 3. And yeah, strangely enough, the one place you'd expect it to be a DRS zone on the final straight before the last 2 corners, there's no DRS. So I don't know what the DRS designers were thinking when they did that. It's always bugged me that. I think I mentioned it in ILR7 as well, but yeah. And I think we've got DRS down to turn 1 and DRS down to turn 11. And on this game, actually, I think ILR7, we did see a few overtakes into turn 11, so it's certainly not like its real-life counterpart. But we'll see what strategy these guys are on now. And everyone is on the soft compound towers, except for 2 people, Donkey Dan and Ollie. So they're going to try something a bit different. Now, is Paco here? No, he didn't come back. So, he's rage quit and he's given up and he's never coming back. Which is a shame there. It's not as bad as ILR3 last week. ILR3, there was a guy stuck in the pit lane, and he was glitching about in one of the pit boxes, I think, and then he kept teleporting around the track and causing chaos. So it's not as bad as that, but yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, let's quickly run through the grid order. It's Will on pole position. I don't know if this is his first one or not, but either way, I'm sure he'll be very happy with it. Neo's in second, Plexix third, and Matt Tibos fourth. I mean, that blink of an eye between these guys, it's unbelievable how close they were. So hopefully we'll see these guys fighting close in the race. We've got Calzo P5, Onyx 6th, Alice Killer in 7th, Tom 8th, Jake with the best username of all time, I think, there in P9. And Dutch Chicks rounding out the top 10. Everyone from here on down will get a fresh set of tyres for the race, and they start with Flynn, who I think won the race last week but then lost it on penalties, so we'll see if he can come back this week. Funaid, 12th, I think you'll remember him from ILR3. He went from ILR5 all the way to ILR2. That shows how quick he was last season. It's incredible. And ILR3 champion, of course, Lenny in 13th. Should get demoted, look how slow he is. And Dropsy in 14th there in the McLaren, and we're already seeing people running into each other, of course. I'm going to just call him Nick. I don't know how you say his name. I think he's one of the millions of Dutch people in this tier. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but Nick. I don't know. Yeah, 15th. Donkey Dan 16th, Ollie 17th, and Joachim in 18th. And sad to see the two Williams, as usual, on the back row of the grid, since this is the only thing that carries over to the game. But they're all lining up on the grid now, and Will, I'm sure he's going through his head, how many ways can he bottle this? I'm sure we'll hopefully not see any of his methods, but yeah, who knows on the turn one. It's one of the longest runs, and a good start is crucial here. So we will see what these guys do, but onto the back of the grid, they've all lined up now, and we're getting ready for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lights are on, ahead of the drivers, Will's on pole, Neo in second. They get away. Good launch off the line there for Will. I think Neo was pretty poor off the line. He may be under some pressure from Plexix. It's already up to P2, but down to turn 1, who gets the braking right first? It looks like Will is ahead. No problems with him. Plexix does finish the move there. Up to P2. Onyx had a good start there, up to P4. And it looks like they're all got through cleanly up the hill, up towards turn 4. And luckily, we've seen no major accidents, unlike ILR5. But yes, they've all survived. Everyone is in good condition. I think the medium runners are okay as well. I was worried they maybe struggle at the start, but they are fighting hard. Donkey Dan there on the outside of Dropsy. I don't think that's going to work out too well, but he may actually get the exit there. Good driving. And these medium runners will be interesting to see what they do in strategy actually later on, but so far everyone is successful in making it through lap 1.
Yeah, no, that was a relatively clean start, unlike some of the other tiers I've seen. Oh, as I say that, there is a Mercedes being pushed out wide there. That was ILRT Neo.
Oh wow, look at
there.
that.
Yeah.
Massive drift there for Onyx there, who turned 12. I thought he was going to just simply smash into the wall there. I think Neo actually saved him from that fate, but he may still get past the Mercedes into the final 2 corners. I think he was just forced to the inside there. It wasn't going to work. And that'll put Matt Tibos onto the back of him now. So from trying to go for 3rd, he may fall down to 5th. But the way the slipstream works, you can see all sorts of chaos going on down here towards turn 1. Neo ahead at the moment, but I'm not sure if he'll stay ahead. He goes deep. Onyx gets past him. Big slide on the exit there for Neo, so really had no chance of holding that position, and he's going to be under some even more pressure now. It's relentless, isn't it? Neo just cannot get the pace, seemingly enough. He's fallen from 2nd to 4th now in the early stages of this race.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's maybe having some trouble with getting those tires up to temperature maybe. I mean, you wouldn't have thought so, but with the way he's driving at the moment, he's not getting any damage either, so yeah. Interesting start for him. As a TGG Ollie even gets a penalty, the first one so far. Not the best way to start a race.
Yeah, the 2 medium runners have actually fallen down to the back of the field now, so I guess that shows that they're maybe just not the best tyre to be on at this stage, but of course they'll be on better tyres at the end. So they're playing the long game with this one, but certainly not showing great pace, if I'm being brutally honest with you here. They are currently last. We'll see how they get the way up. Let's just see the biggest winners off that start, by the way. I think Onyx, I mean, he's made 3 places up the field so far. Same as Joachim, but of course this is a bit more significant. It's for a podium. So Onyx having a good start then. It's Haas 1 and 3. I'm sure they're going to want to make that one 1-2 soon. But Plexix is in DRS, which is now enabled, of course, of Will. So that could come under threat, as well as Neo in DRS of Onyx. So this is where we see these big trains lead to some chaos.
Yeah, I think I'm used to having these sort of trains. You just, it's just, although it is a good track for overtaking, as long as you place the car in the correct parts of the circuit, you're pretty much going to hold up your competitors. But yeah, as you say, the trains will start forming, and of course Tyler will start playing a factor pretty soon. We're talking what, lap 9, lap 10ish, before you get maybe into the moves.
I think about 12 laps these tires go to about a maximum, so yeah, we'll see if anyone tries undercuts later on, but just saying, I know it's not necessarily very representative at the moment, but I find it always impressive. We've got a massive train from Onyx all the way down the field. Everyone's in DRS. It's like Oprah's giving it all away to everyone. If Onyx just catch up a little tiny bit there to Plexus, the entire field will be in DRS of each other. You don't see that very often, but then Nick's look like he's fallen out of it. But yeah, it proves once again just how close these guys are. And this will put Will under a lot of pressure, because literally everyone behind him who's within striking range will have DRS. And let's see if Plexix is close enough to try and move into turn 1. It's about 5/10 of a second, maybe not quite close enough at the moment, but certainly they'll be putting the young man under some pressure as they head up the hill now. Let's see for any moves. Is Tom having a go? I think actually Dutch Tricks is having more of a go. And they're making a bit of contact and now going off the track. That reminds me a bit of in ILR5, if I'm being honest with you. I've had a PDSC of that already. But yeah, Dutch Tricks loses the position there in the end after looking to try and make one. But yeah, they're not really fighting too hard at the moment. Obviously these guys are mature racers, they know what they're doing, and they know not to get involved in silly accidents. So hopefully we see these guys drive a little cleanly, because I always get a little bit nervous when you see this type of thing going on.
Yeah, but with this sort of train you really want to make positions as quickly as possible, so frustration could play a part in this. And you could see some guys just going for some rash moves. Get that down the back straight though. Everyone in DRS. That is crazy.
So
yeah.
I'm sorry, looking at the ERS actually. It looks like the two Haas's got a lot less than Flexix. Now this can help for moves. If Will just runs out of ERS at a bad point, we could see Plexix take advantage. So that is just something to note. Neo is about equal with Onyx, and they're sort of the two moves that are looking like they could happen at some point. So we'll have a look at that. Further back though, Tom is looking at making a move. Here he goes on Alice Killer. Side by side down towards turn 1. Look out for Calzo as well. Always looking to try and take advantage of two cars side by side. And he's going to get a great one up the hill, so do look out for this. As Alice Killer goes wide and Tom has a bit of a slide. Calzo's got by 1. I think Tom's just a bit too far ahead. But that's also something. You need to be ready to take advantage of other people around you. In this race, oh my goodness. Massive slide down the exit, and Calzo nearly taking himself and Alice Killer out of the equation. Now back up at the front of the field. Plexus had got that gap down to just 0.3 of a second, but you can see that they are extremely close now. Matt Tibos cannot quite hold on at the moment. He hasn't quite got his qualifying pace. But top 4, all 5/10 away from each respective car. And we've got yellow flags. Who's it going to be for? I think that's Ollie, who's struggling a little bit there in last place, 7 seconds off the back of the pack. But look at this. This is looking to be a very interesting battle for the lead. What's Will going to do here?
Yeah, I mean, as you say, everyone behind at the moment has the advantage of DRS, so he'll be looking to hopefully save up some ERS in maybe middle sector, final sector, and deploy that on these final 2 straights. But At the moment, he's got a half a second gap to Plexix, but yeah, look at them all gaining time there, just queuing up to pass him. So at the moment, I really wouldn't want to be in Will's position, but
well, this is the position you're known for, though, Paul.
What, being in the lead? Yeah, not quite.
I noticed actually, Onyx decided when he was in 8th gear down there straight, he decided he'd actually go back down to 7th. Now what we see here, sometimes when people are going for moves, they never touch 8th at all, they just rev out 7th. And I find myself actually doing that quite a bit in ILR5. It does seem to genuinely be quicker just to stay in 7th rather than going for 8th, even when you're at top speed. It's really bizarre, but Onyx, late on in the straight, decided to change his mind from 8th to 7th, so we'll see if that can help him this time, although he has lost some time now. Maybe we'll see Plexix employ that strategy to try and get past Will. But yeah, certainly now Plexix and Neo looking the threatening drivers, trying to take both Hasses down a notch. But really anything can happen. One person goes for a move, all four of them are suddenly all on top of each other. That's just the way this track will work. So we'll see what happens. But once again, as we said before, Will is no DRS. He's screwed. If anyone gets close to him, I don't think he's got anything to defend with. He's got less ERS as well for the full lap. Is this Plexix opportunity? Will both him and Onyx actually go for moves here? Because they're both potentially close enough to the car ahead to go for it. Let's see. Will defends to the inside line. Invites Plexix to the outside. He will try. I think he's gone a bit deep there. He's off the track. That hasn't worked for him. It's a Haas 1-2 at the moment. Here comes Neo up the hill, looking to try and find his way past. He has to try and take advantage of the slow car while he can, but I don't think he will at the moment. But yeah, a bit clumsy there from Plexix. He fell for Will's trap there, and he's now down to P4. And that is good defensive work, actually, to be fair, from Will there. Maybe tricking people into going for bad moves is the way forward. It certainly worked that time round.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just backing everybody up and making them fight with each other is probably the way to go for her. And at the moment, just keeping that gap as everyone behind tumbles over each other. But I'm just having a look at Will's tires. They're obviously not looking in the best condition at the moment. You can see there's a big line down the middle of them. But I think that's pretty much the same for everyone at the moment, apart from Plexix, who looks a little better. But yeah,
Plexix may lose that there. He's went off the track. Is Matt Tabos able to take advantage? I don't think he is, but he's Plexix looks to be struggling actually a little bit now after being overtaken. He's fallen straight out of DRS, and now we're going to see the top three go for it, so he may actually have a chance to catch back up. Let's not presume anything yet. He may just catch up on this lap because these two Hasses are going to go for it into turn one. Down the inside goes Onyx. Rather clean move there. I wonder if Will is just too far back to come back, in fact, because you can try to switch back up the hill, doesn't always work, and in fact the outside here in turn 4 is actually, to be brutally honest, the preferred line, and you can see there Onyx does take the lead in this race. Good racing for the two Hasses, and they swap positions. Onyx takes the lead. I don't think he's ever actually won a race, he's always been close. Will this be his day? Now look at Neo behind. And by the way, Matt Tibos is ahead of Plexix as well, so will he finally come back and join this fight? But yeah, Onyx, he's actually struggling the second he gets past. It's very interesting that he's sliding about. His tyres actually look pretty poor compared to his teammates. I don't know how that one's going to play out, especially through turn 12.
Ooh.
Could be where massive gains are potentially made, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, indeed, it's as if nobody wants to lead the race. Every time someone gets ahead, they get re-overtaken again. So, I wonder how long Oxy Merrill stayed there for, but it's pulling a gap, slightly, as Will closes in on the final corner. I think Will has DRS this time around.
Yeah, but he went a bit deep as well, though. Neo may have a go. We could see three abreast. They're that close, it's potentially possible. Let's see it. Will goes to the outside, he's been forced out by his teammate into turn 1. And then a little bit of contact actually between the two Hasses. That'll give Neo the chance around the outside, but he's went a little too wide there. That move wasn't quite going to work, but we'll see up the hill if it goes back into the Mercedes driver's favour, but not going to happen. So somehow These three all stay in the same position, and Matt Tibos is closing all the time, dragging Plexix with him.
Yeah, I know Matt Tibos, he's a smart driver, so he'll be sitting behind these guys just waiting for something to happen ahead. He'll not get too involved in the battle. As I say, he'll wait and we'll see. But I think at the moment with Paco obviously not being here, he will probably at the moment take the lead of the championship, so I wonder if that's playing on his mind as
well. It's early stages of the season, I don't think it really matters, or else I'd be, celebrating the championship by now. But, yeah, I think early stages.
Being so close. Yeah. Because they've been so close in the in this championship, every point counts at the moment, as we see Plexix. As you see, all these tires look in pretty bad nick.
That's the traction. So does Onyx, but yet he's still staying out front. He's pitting though. I wonder if Will wanted to pit. He was looking like he was motioning for the pit, but decided not to go for him when he saw his teammate Plexix in as well. Now, with the drivers being so close, you'd think this is a guaranteed undercut that would work, but you just never know. Let's see if anyone gets held up in the pits from other cars. I think Plexix has really been held up here. He was held up a lot. I think Dutch Tricks, he had to let Dutch Tricks go, and potentially had to let Onyx go, but Dutch Tricks is now ahead. So that is a massive loss for Plexix. That'll drop him way down the field. That's a real shame. I mean, he couldn't control that. That was purely down to luck.
Yeah, that's definitely a shame for Plexix. He'll probably now drop behind the likes of Tibos, etc. when obviously they make their pit stops. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why that, as we see a yellow flag somewhere. What's happened?
It's Donkey Dan in the wall. You can see he's broken his front wing there in P12 in towards turn 10, and he's killed himself.
Okay.
No, he hasn't. No, he has. Now, I've got a habit actually, Paul, of catching suicides live on camera. I keep catching them. They're not very good at hiding their suicides from me.
No, you're a bit of a donkey there, boom.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll leave that one.
And that's why I'm only here for 2 races. Now, Neo is pitting, and Will and Matt Tibos actually have decided not to. So now Neo's going for undercut, but once again, it's more cars coming in. Let's see if he gets held. He does. He has to wait for the Ferrari at Tom. That will cost him a little bit. I imagine Onyx will have undercut him anyway, but let's see how close he is down the main straight. Just keep an eye on Matt Tibos and Will as well. They're still only 4 tenths apart. And you can see Onyx emerging ahead then of Neo. And to be honest, he may have been ahead there, Neo, if he wasn't held up. But he was. And Calzo and Tom come out there as well. And Plexix is nowhere near them. They're already way up the hill. He's only coming through the first couple of corners now. So you can see just how much he's lost in that Renault. What a shame. Now here's Matt Tibos. I said there could be moves made into turn 11, and he's certainly close enough to give it a go, but he's decided not to. Only 1/10 off Will, who potentially could come out as our leader here. We have to wait and see. It's just about if he actually had the tyre life to stay ahead and not lose on undercut. But let's find out what happens. I imagine they're both sort of going to have to pit. I imagine the whole of the top 8 may just come into the pits. Possibly, except for Funny, because obviously 2 Cybers in the pits at the same time. That's just a terrible idea. Will stays out, Matt Tibos pits then, so Will is really trying to extend this. I said 12 laps before. This is probably his last lap then before pitting, right?
Yeah, you would think so. I know I pitted lap.
Oh, I don't believe it.
10.
Sorry, Matt Tibos got held up as well. Everyone's getting held up today. It's really weird.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this pit lane this afternoon. But yeah, what I'm saying is I pitted lap 10 I think it was, and the tyres are pretty much gone by the end of the race, so probably be better extending this stint as well as doing. As there was somebody off, who's that? Oh, Funny was having a bit of trouble with traction there, jeez.
Oh, look at Alice Killer, Tom and Calzo, all extremely close as we lose I'm not going to try and say his name. He's dead, okay? He's 5th on the standings. You can read his name for yourself. But look at Alice Killer, and look at Dutch Tricks. Oh, they're all off. Everyone's going for it here. Oh, Dutch Tricks had a look on the inside. I thought there was only 3 cars in this fight, but no, there's 4. And Calzo and Dutch Tricks punch after counter punch after counter punch. They're really going for it. Overtakes left, right, and centre. And look at Alice Killer shoving Tom wide. There's Dutch Tricks trying to go down the inside. I think that's the exact same thing he tried on Tom earlier in the race. This time, though, he may actually get it done. And look at Calzo may stop Dutch Tricks from going to the inside, though he does have a look. But suddenly, these guys have all sprung into life. But look how close these guys are. And that's all a result of different pit stop times and being held up. In some of their cases, I reckon at least one of these guys, I mean Flexix at the back of this, he would have been miles clear of this. And Jake's actually entering the frame as well. And the top 3 are into the pit, so I'll keep an eye on that as well. Onyx, will he be ahead of his teammates? Will he ever? He's miles clear. He's miles clear. And look at this into turn 1. Oh dear, get ready for action here. We got a 6th car entering the fight. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the pit lane. And we're gonna have Jake as well. Alice Killer's lost a lot there. Tom sprints away. And we've got just countless overtakes going on here. Plexix on the outside. Into turn 4 on Alice Killer. Has a good exit, but there's nowhere to go with it. We've got Jake fighting there. Dropsy spinning round. Into turn 4, he'll fall right down to the back of the field. And by the way, further ahead, Neo, very close to the back of Will. 4 seconds though behind his teammate. Onyx has judged this perfectly. The undercut has well and truly paid off. And Neo on the better tires is going to have a look on Will. On the outside, that's going to be a brave move into turn 11. Let's see if he can make it work. That is superb driving, he's done it. And you have the inside for turn 12 as well. I think Will have to back off, and he does. Down to P3 then. And the pole setter's now starting to fall through the field, unfortunately, because he's now got Matt Tibos behind him once again on better tyres. Meanwhile behind, they're still going for it. We've got extremely close battles, and this is ILR2 in a nutshell, Paul. I mean, we may need to fire sweep at this rate if you want to keep watching this stuff every week. I mean, feel free, but yeah, this is what you'll be missing out on. They've all employed the McG train strategy, haven't they? Oh, Will's gone back for it. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, obviously busy focusing on the other guys. Okay, so Will's come back. Will hasn't let that overtake bring him down. And he's back up to P2.
Honestly, this is... Where do we look at the moment? There's just cars battling everywhere. Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Renault on the server. Yep.
Don't go side by side through here, boys. You're going to kill yourselves. Airplane accident if you keep doing that. And luckily Alice Killer's backed off. But they're certainly going very late, aren't they? I mean, they're trying to stay in these battles as long as humanly possible. And it hasn't really caught any of them out, to be fair. Apart from maybe 1 or 2 of them. But mostly, they've been clean. And it's surprising. We've got 7 people here, by the way. Hello to the 17 of you. Hope you aren't, from ILR3. Or if you are from ILR3, make sure you stay here. As you all know, I'm trying to sort of win on views. It's a bit of a personal victory for me, everyone. Because, yeah, I'm competitive like that. I swear, honestly, I think we've lost like the first 2 weeks as well. It's incredibly irritating. Even when I was in ILR3, surprisingly, ILR2 won it. Anyway, here comes Neo back for some more. And on the outside, into turn 1, I'm seeing a few people as well going for it again in the background, but Neo's ahead for now. And Will had a little temptation to go back for it on the inside, but I think he knew he'd die if he tried that, so he decided not to. Flexix up to P6, and Dutch Tricks now under some pressure from Alice Killer. Tom as well and Julie pulled away from this, by the way. He got to the head of the group, and we'll see maybe Plexix do the exact same thing. We've got 20 viewers now. My goodness, everyone's come here now. Alice Killer into the back of Dutch Tricks. That's going to put Calzo on him, and hopefully he just backs off, and he has. Bit of common sense from these guys, thank God. And, I'll say that, McBottle. Don't bottle it. On the inside, Jake tries. contact through turn 9. He had to back off, and then turn 10 is a completely different story. As Calzo is into the back, nearly up Alice Killer. So they're able to go properly close to each other, and no one's damaging themselves, no one's having any silly moves. Very clean racing, and it's very good to see. Calzo on the inside had flashbacks of Fiat and Giovinazzi there. Identical, but luckily not the same result.
No, these guys, this is brilliant racing from these guys. You know, the gaps are so close, and yet, you know, there's no contact. So yeah, we've got a train from like 7th right through until like 12th place at the moment.
They're relentless, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, here we go again, DRS train down the start finish straight. Let's see who can overtake it this time.
Looks like Jake's gonna go for it. We know Jake will go for it. He's just one of them drivers. He has to go for moves everywhere, doesn't he? Or else he'll just crash or something. But up the hill, not looking to make it work. I saw the two Force Indias racing there of Lenny and Flynn. I'm not saying much of my luck here, Lenny. You're sat down in 13th, getting a move on. And still seeing people go. Who's going to be the first to properly go side by side through turn, turn 5, 6, 7, 8, all that section? Because it's going to be someone eventually. I can just tell someone's going to get impatient here because they're so close. And every lap they're getting closer to just going for the move. Just wondering who will be the first to actually try it. Because look at this trick. This is incredible to watch. You know, at some point you can see literally the whole field almost on that back straight. You can see the fight for second, but you can also see the fight for literally everything else. Onyx doesn't know what he's missing. Look at that side by side. Through turn 12. Look at that for bravery around the outside from Dutch Tricks. And he is ahead for now. But Alice Killer may well just stay on the inside. And Calzo, where's he going to go? Is there any room for him? He might go for the outside. Has a little tap. Pushes Dutch Tricks a little bit deep. And gets past. But they're going to go side by side. And look out for Jake as well. And they're all catching up to the back of Alice Killer. Look out for Funny 8 as well. Is there any room for the 5 of them? They're all going to be going for it into turn 1. Dutch Tricks through the middle. Oh my goodness. 5 of them going for it into turn 1. And up the hill, Jake is not going to be overtaken by Funny 8. And he's got a decent run on Calzo, but he's got a decent run on Dutch Tricks. And they're all just so relentlessly going for it. And there's the two Force Indias in the background. Not quite going to make the move though. This is mad. Utter controlled madness.
Yeah, but it's clean. Oh, as you see, the Mercedes and the Toro Rosso, that Calzo in the bottle again. These guys are having a great battle. Side by side into turn 10.
Oh.
Down the inside at turn 10. That's
more
a good move.
contact.
That's a good move. Indeed, as you see, these guys are putting on a show here. This is great stuff, and they're still side by side almost.
Oh, look at that! Look at Funny getting his nose in there. And they're going to go side by side through turn 12. Who's going to be the first one to spin off at turn 12? It's going to happen to someone eventually if they keep going side by side there. They're really on the edge of danger there. And there's Joachim trying to go past on Funny. They're now going to go side by side. And the two Force Indias are going to find themselves in this battle very soon. And they've been battling each other all this time. There goes Joachim past on Funny, and they're going to be slow for the exit. So here comes Lenny side by side. And look over Flynn as well. He's going to get a quadruple DRS at this rate. He's going to have so much speed. What's he going to do with it? Lenny side by side though with Funny down to turn 1. Late on the brakes. Does he get it done? Look out for Flynn as well, because these guys are making contact and going side by side up the hill now. Lenny loses out. There goes his teammate past. Oh my goodness, I think they're maybe starting to calm down a little bit now.
Yeah, they're not starting to calm down, Owen. This is going to go to the end for sure. The way these guys are battling, this will go down to the very last lap.
Meanwhile, in the battle for second, we're seeing that the gaps there, they're close, but they're not really close enough. These guys are just sort of keeping it calm for now. I imagine just sort of saving up for moves. And we're back. Let's go back to the chaos zone. Some of them are using the DRS, others aren't. I think Jake is in DRS now, but wasn't when he came out of the hairpin there. And it looks like Flynn side by side with Funny. They're going to go side by side if he turns off again. And Flynn's actually going to undercut him on the inside turns off. That is so brave because, you know, the closer to that curb you go, the more chance you have of spinning off. That's a very brave move there from Flynn. And now you're going to see Lenny wait for DRS. Going to give himself the best chance of going for this move. I'm keeping an eye on the people pitting now. I think Calzo must have damage, which is a shame. Although he probably could do the rest. He's probably just going to have a real breather now in the pits. And Funny is right on the outside into turn 1. This will give him a nice run. He should just be able to crowd out Flynn now, and he does so. But he's going to keep in it. Cut in the corner a tad. But staying ahead, and now on the inside should complete it. Although, as I have said before, the outside could be the better line for turn 4. That's where I made all my ILR5 overtakes anyway. And yeah, through into P11 goes Flynn then. And on the inside, Lenny wants to get a bit of the action again, but can't quite get past. We've got Joachim, we've got Jake, we've got Dutch Tricks all close to each other. We still have the fight for second brewing, I would say. They're just sort of, like I say, all keeping close. Onyx gets a penalty, that could put him under some pressure later on. So maybe the win isn't quite in the bag for him. You would have thought it'd be in the bag with literally nothing happening where he is. He's got the easiest job out there, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness, off the track, Funny, and onto the gravel. I mean, I was just, you know, taking a moment there, but no, he had to go off the track. He's got a penalty for it as well, despite the fact he's clearly lost time game. And down to P13, he's sliding the bite as well on the exit. He's going to be into the pits. Interesting strategy there. He's just floored it into the pits. He made no attempt there to slow down, and he's retired in a bit of rage. He had no intention of slowing down there. But up the hill, that's a rage quit and a half, isn't it? Up the hill, watching Joachim, he's forcing his way around the outside. There was no room for that, but he gave it a go. Couldn't quite make it work, but I admire his ambition. And he is into the points now, of course. And yellows, who's this for? Is that just for Funny? It's card coming back out. It is just for his car, look. So we have lost 5 from this race. We've lost Funny, Ollie, Nick, Dan and Paco, who left during qualifying for some reason. And here comes Jake into turn 11. On the inside of Dutch Tricks, trying to force him wide there so he couldn't come back. But he will come back anyway, so Jake as usual has bottled that. Look how close they're trying to get through turn 12. It's just so risky to go for a move there. Although we have seen them pull it off through there, it's very impressive. But yes, we'll see into the final corner if Jake can set up a move now. And see, the thing is, the top guy, or sorry, Dutch Tricks I should say, but the top guys, the gap's 4/10 there, but that's as close as it gets as far as I'm seeing. So I don't know if Will's gonna ever get past Neo. It's like it's gonna be forever behind. If that's a term. But Jake's fighting this hard. We saw these guys both just sliding around, but Dutch Tricks is ahead for the minute. And Jake, where's he going to go? Where's Joachim going to go? Will he take advantage of this? Because Jake's going to try around the outside. Perfect opportunity for Joachim just to sneak on the inside past. He's got a good run, but there's a corner ahead, so he has to slow down now. But he would have got past. Honest. But, oh, he's flipping hell. He's lost. That was a hard attack and a half from me, let alone him. I'd love to know how he was handling that. But Joachim just about surviving, and Jake getting past into the hairpin. Back up to P8. Now, will he get DRS off Ollie? Yes, he will. That's unbelievable. The lapped car, the ghosted lap car, is going to help Jake get away now, which is surprising. I'd like to say that was intentional from Jake, but we all know it wasn't. But I'm sure he'll claim it was. But he does stay ahead for the time being then. And it looks like Lenny was overtaken down into 13th. Last but one at the moment. The other one behind him being Calzo. He's just out there doing his own thing, I think. Just having a bit of fun out there. Now, Will, this is as close as he's been for a while to the P2 in this race, and Plexix gets past Tom into turn 1. The Tom's going to go for the cutback. Season 3 ILR2 champion. Remember, trying to fight here for P5. Plexix gets by and Tom just gives it up. And Joachim is ahead of Dutch Tricks. I think Dutch Tricks had a poor corner. Jake has disappeared for some reason. There he is, way behind, as Flynn has appeared out of literally nowhere. Where's he come from? He wasn't even a factor, was he? Where's he come from? Seriously, I'd love to know where he's. I'm dumbfounded. I don't know where he's come from. Yellow, so that's not good. Calzo's just suicided himself by the looks of that, and he's out of the race, which means Lenny's last. Sorry, had to point that out. But he is in a massive DRS train, so it's not the end of the world. And we've got lots of orange, pink, and grey, silver, grey, green. Yeah, it's quite a nice set of colours. But they're all fighting out for P9 at the minute. And I genuinely, like I say, have no idea where Flynn came from. I'd love to know what happened before that, but I didn't even think he was a part of this. But now he's looking to be the head of this group now. He was looking to try and TT line to the last corner. Jake, as usual, goes for a Jake-style move. He likes a bit of a kamikaze move, and this may work out. Ah, that's a bit clumsy, isn't it? Jake fought the down two were pitting, so he didn't even use DRS. He didn't even go into their slipstream. So them two will fight it away into turn 1. Jake made a bit of a mistake there. Could have actually got more involved. A Flynn on the inside may give Jake the chance now, because they're both going to be slow. And Dutch Strix and Flynn now under pressure from Jake, who's on the outside. And Dropshay is just going to find his way through there somewhere. Flynn's got time to throw his hands up, even at a free abreast through there. Flynn's passed, and we've got Dutch Strix, McBottle himself, not bottling yet, and Dropshay somehow going free abreast. It's just, oh, that's moving under braking.
Contact.
That could be a bit questionable there from Dutch Strix. He moved very late on there, and luckily Jake just didn't crash into him, but that was so close to being a very big accident there.
Yeah, it looked as if there was slight contact on my screen, but yeah, I think he's got away with that. But yeah, look at this. Lenny's now on the back of these guys. He was sitting there rubbing his hands together. Well, not really if he's on a wheel.
Well, not really, because he'd be going straight on and having a fatal accident.
Yeah, exactly. But should we say he's licking his lips into this bathroom?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, we've only got like 6 laps remaining. As long as he's 3-second time penalty at the moment. Oh, we've got to move for a second.
Oh, well, it's all starting to go on. Look at this return to. Well.
Yep, these guys. That was side by side. Yep. Here comes Tibos. Tibos is looking, but pulls in. And let's get these guys going side by side. Come on, guys. Let's. Unfortunately, he's not close enough.
Wait to the final lap, then they'll start going for it.
Like a BTCC type thing. Last lap, everyone just goes for it.
Just hopefully. Everyone cuts their brake line, just flies through. But it took Will long enough, but he's finally found his way up back to P2, so it's a Haas 1-2 restored. And like I say, it took them absolutely forever, didn't it? But finally they started fighting, and now it's over. So we'll come back to them later on. Meanwhile, behind, we've still got Force India, McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren, Force India. There's a little pattern there. It's quite a nice, colourful pattern there down the back straight. Looks quite picturesque. Before they all start killing each other and just trying to enjoy the view. But yeah, Lenny's looking on the back of Dropsy here, and he's probably the closest to making a move out of these guys, just since Dropsy's a bit further back from Jake. But let's go back to the front now. They'll be on the main straight, and Will be looking in his mirrors. We've only got 5 laps to go here now, and he just goes so far to the inside that it may actually seriously hinder him. And we look back from Matt Tibos as Will does clatter into the side of Neo. A bit of a weird defensive tactic there. It was never going to work, but somehow Neo's lost all his speed up the hill. And back past goes Will. I'm just wondering, when's Matt Tibos actually going to get involved here? He could have easily gotten himself involved, but decided not to, and I've got hiccups now, which is brilliant. I might let you take over for a minute.
Yeah, no, you're right though. as I said earlier in the stream, I think Matt Tibbles is just sitting there waiting for Neo and Will to make contact. But at the moment, these guys are, you know, having a clean battle. So surely Matt Tibbles needs to start planning out his attack with just under 4 laps to go or so. Yeah, he'll need to start attacking soon. But everyone's in DRS of each other, so pretty difficult to pull out the gap. Let's have a look. We also have Tom and Plexix. They're having a nice wee battle for that will be 5th place at the moment. I think Tom will actually get DRS from Williams in front. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't get why.
Oh, look at Neo. Look at the run.
Oh.
He's nearly out of ERS though. Look, this could be his last chance. In fact, they're both running low. This could be where Matt gets it because he's got extra ERS up the hill. He has to start attacking now, surely. He's not though. He's not using his ERS. Look, he's backing off. Unbelievable. What's he? Come on, get a move on, mate. Oh, here we go. Oh, for God's sake. He does not want to make any attempt to pass, does he? Every time he gets close, he just backs off. It's really strange. It's like he doesn't want to go for a move unless it's a secure move.
Yeah, it's very conservative driving, it has to be said. Surely.
Guess he's thinking about the long game, maybe about the championship. Maybe it's better just to hold the 12 points than to go and lose them all in a silly accident. Consistency is key, as they say, but being slow isn't.
No, he's got understeer through that corner. But yeah, that's what I said earlier. You know, with Paco being out, surely Matt's thinking, you know what, let's take these 12 points. But obviously if he gets the opportunity, he'll go for it. But yeah, he's been very cautious. I think we've got more battling going on for that 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th.
Yeah, I think Flynn has actually pulled away from that and got onto the back of Joachim. But we still have Jake fighting away with Dutch Tricks and Lenny with Dropshy. But let's go back to the main straight again because Matt Tibbles is trying around the outside of turn 1. Rather pointlessly because we all know he's not going to get past here. The run up the hill though is his chance. He is on to overtake. He's going to go for it this time. Let's say into turn 4 he goes down the inside and nearly makes contact and doesn't get the move done. Flynn ahead of Joachim. And look at, oh no, here we go again. Here comes Lenny trying to find a way past. He's nearly into the gravel there. On the outside, and we've got 3 abreast, McLaren and Force India. Who comes out on top here? Round the outside. Lenny, contact. Are they going to go side by side through the S section? And Lenny gets past the 2 McLarens now. Very brave from all 3 of them just to even go side by side, let alone not die at the same time. Great driving from the 3 of them. But we do have the 2 McLarens somehow falling down to last now. You wouldn't think that P13 is last in this race, but it is, I promise. And they're not going to go fighting now, they're going to go side by side. They're going to fight between themselves. Who's going to be last in that? At the moment it's suddenly Dutch Tricks. He's had a terrible lap. And even with 3 laps to go, they're still going for it.
Yeah, it's a great battle between the McLaren team. It's pity it's for 12th and 13th, but
here's something interesting. Here's something interesting. Will has gained nearly it's gained about a second on the last lap, I think, to Onyx. I don't recall seeing Will get a penalty. We all know that Onyx did. So, if Will can close that gap down to 3 seconds, could we see him actually take this one? It's a bit optimistic, but we have to check the penalties in that one. But when do we check? I'm going to check penalties now, just quickly.
Oh, I was literally just checking just now.
Yeah, Will's got no penalties. Will has no penalties, nor does Neo. Nor does Matt Tibbles. Matt Tibbles doesn't even have a warning. He's like a machine. But Will, 7/6 tenths away from the victory here. Could it be possible? That'd be extraordinary if it was. But he's closing. He's got 3 lap near tyres. His Onyx is starting to die on him. We saw he had per tyre saving on his first stint. Could this all fall away at the end? And is Neo and Matt Tibos, for that matter, are they all aware of Onyx's situation? Because if they start fighting again, they could blow the win for all three of them. So let's see what they do. But on to the final lap. We could be in for a rather tense finish here, as Onyx does cross the line now. It is lap 29 out of 29 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and this is actually up in the air. We don't really know who's going to win this one yet. Neo trying round the outside to turn 1. Ignore them blue flags, they're just pointless. But Neo side by side with Will, going flat out up the hill, closer than they ever have been before, and Matt Tibos is in there as well. He's backed off again. He doesn't want to get involved. Once again, just protecting the points, and Will defends well there on Neo. And I think Matt Tibos really could have got Neo there, actually, when you think about it. But in all that time, they are catching Onyx. Let's keep an eye on him, the race leader. How are his tyres looking? Are they getting close to blowing up? He's out of ERS. He's nearly out of fuel. Will's got extra ERS to use. The gap is just 0.3 of a second. Are we going to see the lead change hands on penalties in the final moments of this race? This is going to be a grandstand finish here.
3.1, 3.1.
This is going to happen.
Really struggling. Yep.
Onyx is going to lose this win. He's going to lose it. He's got nearly no ERS left. Will's got enough, and I'm sure he'll be using it to defend. Little does he know that he's going to be using it to take the victory here. Surely. He has to start using it. He's not using it. Will, use your ERS, man. He's used it too late. Onyx through the final corner. He uses everything he's got left to get to the line. There's 200s in it. Will's going to take the victory here by 1/10 of a second. Absolutely unbelievable. So Will takes it from Onyx, Neo, Matt Tibos, Tom, and Alice Killer actually gets by Tom. Plexix is 7th. Joachim just about ahead there of Jake, and Lenny gets a point now in the end. Dropsy 11th, and Dutch Tricks will be last. But what a fantastic drive from Will to get there on the final lap. He had to gain nearly a second to get there, but he did. What an unbelievable finish to the ILR2 race here at Bahrain, and that just looked at the whole race.
Yeah, that whole race was incredible, and on the final lap, Will gets the victory by just 1/10 of a second. Unbelievable.
I have a feeling that may have actually come as a surprise to him as well. I don't think he realised, to be brutally honest with you. I'm not sure he realised he was going to take the win there, but I'm sure he'll take it. Unbelievable scenes. Right down to the very last. That's how you want it to be, though. Oh man.
Yeah. Wow. Look, there we go. The top 4 at the end of the race covered by 7/10 of a second.
Unbelievable. So let's just quickly go through this. So Will has won the race. Onyx, once again, victory eludes him. It's unbelievable. He looked so certain to get it, but no, lost it on the final corner. Neo, 3rd. Matt Tibbles, 4th. Alice Killer from Tom, Plexix, Joachim, Jake, and Lenny closing out the points. Then Dropsy, Dutch Tricks, Flynn, Ollie, Calzo, Funaid, Nick, Dan, and Paco are the drivers. And that is it for ILR2. Now we're going to have the ILR Americas race, remember, tonight. We've got that in 2 hours time at 10 PM. That's UK time anyway. I don't know what time it is in Americas. I'm not going to try and work it out. But I think me and Paul will be here next week. I don't think there should be any issues with that. Because Soup is he's decided to go missing. We don't know where he is. But yeah. Do make sure you're back here to watch more crazy action like that. We'll be at Catalonia next with the Spanish Grand Prix. Good track for racing, so I hope you can all join us then. But I've been on White, and that's been Paul McGuinness, and we'll be back here next week. So thank you all for watching, safe travels.